Stu here with Raid Shadow Legends. We're going to be talking about the top 10 rare champions of 2020. Now, these are the undisputed best rare champions in the game. No other rare champion can do what these champions do. Let's get into it. We're going to run with Kael, Apothecary, Painkeeper, War Maiden, and Seducer. And then we're going to throw in the other 5 so you can see those. And then we're going to do a 4-man Dragon 20 run, which should be a speed run. It should be really cool to see four rares going through Dragons 20 in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, somewhere around there. We'll have to see how fast this run is to compare it to it. But on the far left, let's start with the far left, we have Seducer. All right, my main man Seducer over here. He's a defense-based champion, so he does damage based off of defense. You load him up with defense. Here he is, right here with the cane. You load him up with defense, he's going to do more damage. On his A2, his skill 2, he does an AoE that decreases attack as well. Right here, this decreased attack of 25%. Very good for waves. Very good for the boss. Also, since we have him at low HP and a high defense, the enemies are more likely to attack him. He's a void champion. The enemies are more likely to gun after him. Hopefully we don't lose him here. We don't want to lose anybody. And he does also on his A3, he does an increased defense of 30% and block debuffs for 2 turns. Both of those for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. It's very strong. There he did again with his AoE, decreased attack. He does have provoke artifacts on him. He only provoked this one champion though, so it's not that big of a deal. Next to him, we have Painkeeper, this lady here with this long halberdier and shield, I guess. She does an AoE attack, but along with that AoE attack, she heals all your allies by a percentage of her HP. It depends on what you have for her masteries. So by a percentage of her HP, which is very, very strong. Anytime you have a healer that heals off of what their max HP is, you just load them up with with a lot of HP, and then she heals everybody by a large amount. Not only does she do that, she attacks everyone AoE and heals all your guys on the same move. Her A2. Her A3 will lower the cooldown of all your allies by 1 turn. This is very, very strong. She's a very good champion. Her A1 gives her a little bit of turn meter increase. Definitely keep Painkeeper. Keep all these guys if you ever get them and use them for progression. You will never, ever regret it. And Painkeeper is used in a lot of unkillable teams out there for the clan boss. And I used to use Painkeeper in Ice Golems 20, Dragons 20, and in Fire Knight 20. She's very versatile. Then we have Kael in the lead position. Kael is the whole reason why we're going to beat this boss. Poisons are amazing. His poisons on his A1, his poisons on his A3. We're not even worried about his A2 ability that does AoE because we're just putting Kael in a whole bunch of HP gear, speed, we're giving him lifesteal gear, and then we have masteries on him with War Master. We are not trying to pump out damage with his actual hit. We just want him to survive. We want him to have a lot of HP, a lot of accuracy, and a lot of speed. So he can get those poisons up, and that is how we're beating this dragon. He can, as long as we get him here, he can almost solo the dragon alone as long as he heals back enough life. He really can. It's pretty amazing. Then we have War Maiden here. She is the only farmable one out of all these. You can farm her in campaign. This bikini-clad barbarian. She does an AoE decreased defense of 60% on a 3-turn cooldown. No other rare out there does an AoE decreased defense of 60%. She is one of a kind. They're all one of a kind. She is amazing, though. You definitely want to use her. And then we have Apothecary on the far right. We're almost done with this run. Over 3 minutes. Unfortunately, we didn't do it that fast. But Apothecary has a 2-turn heal. He has an A3 on a 3-turn cooldown. His ability 3 gives you 2 turns of increased speed. This buff right here of 30%. It is a lot. And he does a turn meter increase with that on a 3-turn cooldown along with a 2-turn cooldown heal. Apothecary right here is one of the best support healers, increased speed persons in the game. He really is. Even though he's a rare, he still can be used from beginning to end, just like all these guys. He's very good. So that was all of them. Again, War Maiden is the only one that can be farmed in campaign. Painkeeper you get from Void, and then we have these 2 here. You can start out with Kael, of course. Hopefully you chose him. But you can get these 2 from Mystery Shards. You can get them from Ancient Shards. So I really hope if you have a new account or even an in-game account and you don't have Apothecary, I hope you pull them. I really do. Let's get on to the other 5 and talk about the other 5. And then we can do our 4-man team and see how we're doing. This 5 is going to be Gnarlhorn, Bellower, Reliquary Tender, Marked, and we're going to pull in a Coldheart. I don't know which Coldheart is better, but whatever. We'll just go with this. All right, let's see how this team does. This team is going to be a little bit longer, right? Because we don't have AoE decreased defense of 60%. We have it of 30%, but we don't have it of 60%, so the runs are going to take a little bit longer. We're not going to do as much damage. Also, when we get to the boss, we don't have poisons to stack up on the boss. We're going to have to rely on Coldheart's Heartseeker, which does damage based on enemy max HP, but I'm kind of getting a little ahead of myself. Let me start from the far left and then go to the right, right? So far left over here, we have this lady. You can't really tell what she is. She's got a purple kind of dress. There she is, Reliquary Tender. She just did that move where you saw the light come down. Basically, her A2 will remove all debuffs from everybody in the party and give us that heal over time that you see here, the small one. And then her A3 will revive a champion, give them a turn meter increase, which is very strong. And then her A1 will decrease the attack of the enemy by 25%. So she's got a really solid kit. Removing debuffs is very, very strong in the game. Giving us that heal over time right there that you see is very good. Having a revive, so if somebody dies, a backup heal, which we might need it here. Maybe Gnarlhorn's going to die, the goat guy in the middle. Who knows? We'll see. So she's very good. She's very good. She's a Void Champion, very good Void Champion, very good healer. If you can get her in the beginning of the game compared to all other healers that you get, or Painkeeper, in either one of those, it'll help you out a lot. And she'll help you out all the way in game. Then next to her, we have the Marked. Another Barbarian here. She has like a sword and a axe in her hand. She does, on her A1, she can decrease defense of 30%. That's not really what she's good for, but it's great that she can do that. That helps us out. Anytime we can decrease defense, it helps out a lot. But she does this right here, where she puts up a block debuff for 1 turn on all your allies, on everybody, where they can't take any debuffs, they can't be stunned, they can't be, reduced. We can't get poisons put on us from the dragon as long as we have it up. And then she puts an increased defense of 60% for 2 turns, and all that is on a 3-turn cooldown. And no other rare can even come close to doing that. 60% increased defense is really good for a rare to have. And she does that on a 3-turn cooldown. That's what makes Marked so amazing. So after Marked right here comes this goat. So this is Gnarlhorn. He does a 3-turn. On a 3-turn, he does an AoE provoke. So he'll hit all. He doesn't even do damage. So it's amazing. Right there, he just did it. So it doesn't do damage, which is actually good in this game because you can get glancing hits where you can't apply debuffs and all that other stuff. So if you don't know about that, you'll learn about that. Don't worry. So since he doesn't do that, we just need really good accuracy, and we can apply the provoke on all the enemies, which when you provoke somebody, they have to attack him, whoever did the provoking, and they can only do it with their skill 1. So we're safe. They just come after him. Everybody else is safe. We're good to go. If he dies, we have Reliquary Tender that has an A3 revive. She can bring him back from life. But he's got high defense, so he should be okay. Plus, on his A3, he puts an unkillable buff on himself for 2 turns. There it goes, right there. There's the unkillable buff. Very strong, very fun. You can bring Gnarlhorn in to get you through the waves in anything in this game. If you want to go Ice Golems 20, if you want to go Fire Knight 20, he can get you there. I'm not saying you're going to beat the boss with what you have, but he can get you through the waves. He really can. So next to Gnarlhorn, we have Coldheart. Coldheart is more of a mid to end game rare. She is super strong, but she does damage based on enemy max HP on her A3. That's really what she's there for. Her A1 is also used in Fire Knight. A lot of people use her in Fire Knight 20. She's very strong. But that A3 is so good, along with her A4 hitting her A1 hitting 4 times. It just makes her a great champion. And you're going to want to keep Coldheart no matter what. Her A3 also depletes the turn meter of the enemy. As long as you have the accuracy to do it, it can deplete the turn meter. Unfortunately, we can't deplete the turn meter of the dragon. But whenever you use her in Spiders 20, she's a great one for Spiders. Any Spiders. Whenever you use her in Fire Knight, she will deplete the turn meter. And she will do a great amount of damage, which you're going to see here. So that's what makes Coldheart amazing. So make sure you hang on to Coldheart. That move right there. She didn't do a lot because we don't have a decreased defense up. Especially if we had a decreased defense of 60%, you would see a lot more. And Bellower. Bellower is on the far right. He's this Ogren tribe guy right here. One of the funnest rares, I think, in the game. He just AoE moves on his A1, his A2, and A3. His attack 1, attack 2, and attack 3. All are AoE, no matter what he does. And he has stun artifacts on, which means he has a chance to stun whenever he attacks somebody. So in all those waves, he always has a chance to stun. So not only that, if you didn't have the stun artifacts on him, all of his moves do a debuff. His skill 1 can lock out somebody and make them only do their basic skill, their A1. His skill 2 can slow speed, and his skill 3 can decrease defense and decrease attack. It's pretty crazy. It does all this right here. So whenever you saw all those debuffs, Heartseeker is not matching up, so we just took damage there. More damage than we would, but luckily we had block debuffs up from Marked. Pretty sweet. But we need Heartseeker to match up for when the dragon inhales, because we don't have Kael here to give us those poisons. Without Kael stacking up poisons on this dragon, we need to bring somebody who can really hit hard. Coldheart can do that, but she needs to do it at the right time. She really needs to do it at the right time because we're running all rares. We don't have a team made that can really survive through it and give us any backup. Not with this team, because we already used those first 5 for a good run, and this was kind of our leftover 5 we just threw together. If we brought, oh wait, she did hit him just then. That's pretty good. If we did bring Kael in this group, we'd have no problem beating it, but we are going to take a hit here. Let's see how hard we get hit. A lot. We got hit by a lot because we couldn't take him down. Coldheart is still alive, though. We could maybe Coldheart through this. Come on, stay alive, stay alive. Yes! Nice. That was a long run, though. 5 minutes and 30 seconds is a long run. So here is everybody else. Here are the other 5. Now, again, I have 7 guides out of 10 of these champions. I don't have a guide on Marked, Reliquary Tender, or Gnarlhorn. I do have a guide on Bellower, Coldheart, and the other 5 that you saw. So look those up under my Champion Spotlight guides. You'll see them all there, or you can search for them on YouTube, you know, whatever you need to do. But I'm going to be doing new guides for 2020. Do not worry. You will see all new guides for all these rares going through Ice Golems, Fire Knight, Dragons, and we're going to do a run going through all rares, going as high as we can go in the clan boss to try to work that out. So these champions do what no other rares can do. Let's go over and edit this team. Let's get with our speed run, and then we'll be done. So our speed run is going to be Kael, of course. War Maiden, we need that decreased defense of 60%. We want to lock everybody up with Bellower, and we want to bring in, who is the other person? Who is the, okay, Apothecary, of course. We need Apothecary for those spot heals and for our speed boost, which is very important. Let's do it. All right, let's see if we can work this out. Now, hopefully we get a speed run of under 3 minutes. We will do, I for sure will almost get it under 3 minutes, but I want to get like, one time I ran this four-man rare team and got 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Now, we must have locked up the enemy a lot. Like right now, obviously, if we get 2 guys stunned like that, we're not going to get a speed run. We're probably not going to get the fastest run in the world. What we need to do is have us lock up the enemy so that we can keep taking turns, kill them, and then move on to the next wave, right? We want to get to the dragon as soon as possible. But I will say, Bellower is doing a really amazing job of locking everybody up. Look at all those stuns. Look at all those debuffs. Slow speed, lock in, right here. Decrease attack, decrease defense. Those are all from Bellower. All from this guy right here. Kael is just bringing the poisons. She's bringing the decreased defense of 60%. There we go. She just did it. War Maiden. And then Apothecary is here to make sure that we get faster and faster so that we can take 2 turns of their 1 turn, and we can make it much easier on ourselves. If we're taking 2 turns of their 1 turn, we should be able to take control. Okay, we got a lockout on this one. We need this Horden up at the top right taken care of, and then we'll be good to go. Stuns. There we are. All right, Bellower, you're doing it. So once we get to the dragon, it is all up to then Kael to put the poisons up again. So this is it. These are the top 10 rares. Please let me know in the comments below if you agree with me. There really are no other rares that can do what these rares do. And if you level these guys up, if you're using these early game, late game, it doesn't matter. You will use them. You will use them in some kind of fashion, in some content. Of course, you can supplement in your epics and your legendaries as you get them. But these, regardless of even me having all those legendaries and epics, I still use these. Bellower can be used in anything for progression. Kael 2, War Maiden, Apothecary, all the rest that you saw, we're getting a really good, look at that. We're getting a really good amount of poisons up. And we got decreased defense of 60%. It would be really nice if Bellower got us a decreased attack. That would help out just in case. There we go, decreased attack. Good job, Bellower. And that's it. So let me know in the comments below. Please let me know what you think. There are a lot of runner-ups that are really good in the rare category. There are ones like Mother Superior, Spirit Host, Banshee, Grinner, Fellhound, Greybeard, Bogwalker, and Veteran for decreased attack on the clan boss of 50%. We have Doom Screech, Mystic Hand, Executioner. A lot of dwarves are really good. There's Grumbler, Runic Warden, Master Butcher. We had to make sure we made it there. There are a lot of Bulwark. Really a lot of good dwarves for different situations in the game. But these rares are the best. They are truly the best. So that's it. We did it in 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Pretty much what I said, so not bad at all for a 4-man rare team on Dragons 20. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all on a video soon.